In this video, we are going to show you the perfect itinerary for Doha, Qatar. One of the questions we get the most is how to build a logical itinerary for the jewel of the Middle East, which is often used only as a quick airport connection, which is a waste. Doha is a futuristic city where the metro has a first class. The desert meets the sea, and Falcons have their own public hospital. To see the absolute basics, taking advantage of the airline stopover program, you need 2 days. But to take it easy, enter the incredible museums, go on a desert safari, and enjoy the beaches, we recommend at least 4 days. That is why we prepared a super complete 4-day itinerary with the best of Doha, so you do not waste time. So let us get started. What is the best time to visit Doha? This is a matter of survival. Qatar is a hot desert. The best time runs from November to April. In these months, the temperature is pleasant between 70 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit, perfect for walking on the street. The worst time is summer from May to October. The heat is unbearable, exceeding 110 degrees with high humidity. In these months, you live from air conditioning to air conditioning. And how many days to stay in Doha? If it is just a connection, try to stay at least 48 hours. But the ideal to see the culture and the desert without rushing is 4 full days. Now let us get to the day by day. Day 1. The traditional heart. Arrive at Hamad International Airport, which is a luxury. Take the metro or Uber to the hotel. Start your visit at Souk Waqif. It is the city's traditional market. Unlike other chaotic Arab markets, this one is clean, organized, and smells of perfume. The first mandatory stop is the Falcon Hospital, which is next to the market. It is a free public hospital to visit where you see pet falcons waiting for medical attention. It is culturally fascinating. Walk through the alleys of the souk to buy spices and see the crafts. In the late afternoon, cross the street to the Corniche, the seaside boardwalk. Walk to the Museum of Islamic Art. The architecture of the building is beautiful. Do not miss going to the museum park to take the classic photo with the skyline of modern Doha buildings in the background at sunset. Have dinner at the Parisa restaurant inside Souk Waqif, which looks like a palace of mirrors. Staying in a good region will make your trip much easier. The strategy in Doha is to choose between tradition and modernity. The first option, and our favorite, is the Souk Waqif and Meshereb region. Staying in boutique hotels inside the Sao Tivoli brand is magical. You are in the center of culture. Meshereb is the neighboring neighborhood, super technological and connected. The second option is West Bay. It is the region of futuristic skyscrapers. It is where the large international luxury chains are located. It is good for those who want views and shopping. The third option is the Pearl. It is an artificial island where expats live. It is resort style with beaches and a marina, but it is far from historical attractions. We created this personalized map that explains exactly which is the best region. Staying near the souk or in West Bay, you cannot go wrong. We will leave here on the screen QR code and in the video description the link to this map. We created them on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices and free cancellation. And remembering that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to set up your entire trip for the lowest price. The sites we use to build our trips and that have everything much cheaper, such as international eSIM cell phone chip to have internet and call Uber travel insurance with discount, which is mandatory in Qatar tickets for the desert safari, good and cheap hotels we have already stayed at, and the global account to carry dollars. Save this page in your favorites. Day 2. Culture and luxury. Start the day at the National Museum of Qatar. The building is known as the Desert Rose and is an architectural work of art that looks like giant sand crystals. The exhibition inside is super technological and tells the history of the country. Take an Uber or metro to Qatar Cultural Village. It is a huge complex. Visit the Blue Mosque, which is beautiful, and the Gold Mosque. See the Marble Amphitheater and the Pigeon Towers. Curious tip: in the galleries, Lafayette Mall located there is an air conditioning system on the sidewalk which blows cold wind from the ground, so you do not feel heat on the street. End the day on the Pearl Island. Go to the Connaught Quartier neighborhood. It was built to imitate Venice with canals, bridges, and colorful buildings. It is great for having a coffee and taking pictures. Day 3. The desert and the inland sea. Today the morning is free to rest or enjoy the hotel pool since the main tour takes place in the afternoon. Hire a desert safari in a 4x4 vehicle. The driver will pick you up at the hotel. The experience in the dunes is radical. They deflate the tires and perform exciting maneuvers, dune bashing. The final goal is to reach the inland sea, Khor Al Adaid. It is one of the few places in the world where the sea enters deeply into the desert. You see the giant dunes ending right in the blue water, with Saudi Arabia visible on the other side. It is a unique landscape. Some tours include a barbecue at a Bedouin camp. Day 4. Shopping and sustainable modernity. Go visit the Meshereb downtown neighborhood. It is considered the first sustainable city center regeneration project in the world. The architecture is modern, clean, and everything is connected by a free electric tram. Visit the Meshereb museums, which are in preserved historic houses. For lunch and shopping, go to Villaggio Mall. It is a mall that imitates Venice, but unlike the Canat Quartier neighborhood, this one is enclosed and has an artificial sky painted on the ceiling and a canal with real gondolas moving inside the mall. If you have time, visit the Qatar National Library or the Education City Mosque, which has an impressive futuristic design. End your trip smoking a hookah shisha or drinking tea on the terraces of Souk Waqif, watching the movement. An important tip is to buy the desert tour in advance. It is the most popular attraction and the best drivers sell out. We will leave in the QR code on the screen and in the description the link to the site where we always buy tickets and tours for the lowest price. It is the largest tour site in the world and you guarantee your spot safely. Now let us talk about transportation. How to get around Doha. To arrive, you fly to Hamad Airport DO8. To get around the city, the Doha Metro is the best option. It is ultra-modern, clean and cheap. An affordable luxury tip, buy the Gold Club ticket. It costs about $4 or $5 for a day pass and gives you the right to travel in the first-class car, which has huge leather seats and is super empty. It is very worth the experience. Uber also works perfectly and is cheap. Quick shopping tips and rules. Qatar is a conservative Islamic country. Dress code. In public places like malls, souks, and museums, men and women must cover shoulders and knees. No tank tops, low-cut tops, or short skirts. Respect so you do not get barred. Shopping. In Souk Waqif, buy spices, fabrics, and oud perfumes. Gold in the Gold Souk has competitive prices. Mandatory documentation for international tourists. Most Western citizens generally do not need a visa for tourism. For up to 30 or 90 days, it is usually waived upon arrival just presenting a valid passport. Attention Qatar requires mandatory travel insurance covering health. Sometimes immigration asks for specific insurance from local companies costing about $15, but most of the time standard international insurance is accepted. Check the updated rule closer to the trip. We never travel without it. And in the link in the description, there is the comparator we use. And how much does it cost to eat in Doha? It is cheaper than it seems. You can eat a plate of rice with meat mashbouz, or a shawarma for $5 to $8 in local restaurants. In international hotels, the price rises to the European standard. Do not forget to try Karak tea with milk and cardamom. At the tea time shop, it costs cents and is delicious. And what to do at night? Nightlife is different. Alcohol is prohibited in public places. You can only drink in licensed bars inside international hotels, and it is expensive. The local fun is going to the souk, having dinner and chatting in the cafes. If you liked this detailed itinerary, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much and safe travels.